What's up, YouTube? I have a top 32 YCS Hartford deck profile. It's Punk Therion, piloted by Kassim. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Feeling really great after this.
Good man. So, guys, if you like this sort of content and you want to see more YCS top cut profiles or more in-depth theory, click that subscribe button. And hit that like button and comment below if you do like this sort of profile. Any questions that you want Kassim to answer or myself to answer, let us both know down below. You lost to the eventual winner, didn't you? The Sky Striker player in top 32.
Yeah, I played him in Swiss.
Uh-huh.
I lost him, and then I played him in Top Cut again. I lost him again.
Fair enough. Yeah, this deck doesn't really have
Yeah.
many outs to that sort of that deck.
Yeah, I had like one little card prepared for it, which was the Nuturia Rose Whip. Essentially, what I would do is I'd side it in, summon it with Hope Harbinger and Regulus. That would be my end board with Needle Fiber to go into Baron. But in top 32, I ended up milling this card off of the Chaos Ruler. And then some little ruling disputes, and it just didn't go really well.
Fair enough. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just the new. Yeah, it's okay though. But I mean, top 32 is great. They had like just around 1,200 players. Quite a few 9-2s missed out. You finished 9-2 in Swiss, and you started off very strong. You was 4-0 at the beginning.
I believe I lost that round 5 round 5, and then round 8.
Okay, cool.
Round 5, I lost to someone else at top 32. He was playing like some Punk Adventure deck.
Yep.
Then round 8, I lost to Poe.
Cool. So both guys that you lost to made top cut as well. Well,
yeah.
One of them won. How did you find the deck? Because a lot of people right now are like on the fence or know very little about the Punk Therion deck. And just so you know, everyone, that I really like this deck a lot. I played it for the Giant card, which I won. I'm going to do that as a deck profile. But I played Adventure in my version. How did you find it without Adventure, and how did you find the deck overall?
I tested both versions. I tested it with Adventure, I tested it without Adventure. But you see, the thing is that the Adventure cards, like as nice as they are, they don't really do too much into established boards.
Okay.
And you're putting in like 9-10 cards for that certain package. So going into this event with so much randomness of what deck I'd be playing against, I just valued like the hand traps over the Adventure package, knowing I'm gonna be playing against Despia, the Mirror, and Sword Soul. And that's essentially why I ended up going with this version versus the Adventure version.
Cool. All right. And I know everyone can see the deck list on the screen. I know you're going to mention the reasons why you played X card in a second, but before we do that, any shout outs?
Yeah, of course. I want to give a shout out to all the coders. I love all you guys. Thank you guys for all like the late night discussion and theories. Shout out to all the boys back home. Lewis, Vinny, Hakim, Ankit, Daryl, Hector, and also shout out to the best locals in NYC, Game Day Toys and Games LLC.
Nice. All right.
Also, my boy Cecil.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, sweet. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, so the Punk package, I played 3 Xeomin, 3 Foxitude, 3 Ogre Dance, 1 Deer Note, and 1 of this guy. You actually convinced me to like try this guy out because you're telling me someone else was trying to get out, and I'm kind of glad I put him in. It's kind of like the same combo pretty much, depending if you open Xeomin, Foxitude, or Ogre Dance, or Italy.
Yep.
The best one to open most times is Ogre Dance, because Ogre Dance gets you to Xeomin effect to search Foxitude, and then Foxitude gets you to the Deer Note. And that way you already have the light and dark in your grave to do the Calamity combo with the Chaos Ruler. Oh, sorry. This is Chaos Ruler.
Okay.
To do the combo with the Chaos Ruler. And then after that, I tried to do the math on it, and playing these ratios gave me a over an 80% chance of opening like full combo.
Yeah.
Moving on, I didn't decide to play Plague Spreader because I thought it was kind of pointless. Because what I realized with playing the deck was when you bring back the Chaos Ruler, you can summon out Jet Synchron from Needle Fiber, and then you can make Hot Red, and then you can just summon back the Jet Synchron from its own effect by discarding a card from your hand.
Yep.
And then the Jet Synchron is a level 1 Needle Fiber into Formula that gives you a level 2, so that's 3, and Hot Red makes 12. So that gives you the Calamity play. But with that, you're able to trade card for card on your opponent's turn, rather they decide to go like Branded Opening or something like that. For the Therion package, I played 3 Regulus, 3 Berea, 1 Duke, and 1 Fum. I was siding in the Bull, but I decided to cut that. It's not incorrect to play the Bull because Bull is really still strong because Bull can equip Regulus, and then Bull can pop the field spell, and then pop a card in your opponent's field while keeping the negate. But I kind of just wanted to. I knew I had enough cards to go second in the deck, and I was confident. So I didn't feel like I needed more, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'd rather have another card that can go first. And Foam is really strong too because, for instance, Foam, if you have Regulus and you equip Foam to it, Foam's effect to target the Therion is just a cost to target it. It doesn't return it. So it kind of forces interaction because you're bouncing a card on your opponent's field. So if they try to do anything while you're trying to bounce, Regulus can just send the Foam that's equipped to it as cost. So it kind of forces your opponent to, do something about it. 3 field spell, the Argo system and the charge. I mean, you know this. I was testing trade-ins and desires, and then the more I tested, the more I realized that the field spell with Argo system is just really broken. Because this field spell is one of the best field spells in my opinion. It says once per turn, if your monster will be destroyed by battle, you can send a Therion card or an Endless Engine Argo system. So you can just like suicide one of your monsters into your opponent's board, activate effect, and send the system, and the system can get you back any Therion from your grave.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
And also, like in simplified game states where the game is prolonged, if they do kill one of your monsters, you kill one of their monsters on the same turn. You can add back Therion from your grave. So like this card essentially just nets you so much in simplified game states. And most of my duels, that's what ended up happening. So I'm kind of glad I ended up playing this draw engine, over the Trade-ins and Desires.
Yep.
Then going on to my hand traps or going second cards, I played Gamma. This card just shined so hard all weekend. Most notably because a lot of people were citing Droll. Some people even main decked it, and Gamma just, anytime I resolved Gamma, I just won. It was just no contest. Even the Despia decks going first, or the Sourceful decks when they're going first, nobody ever expects this. And monster removal and negation is a big deal.
Yep.
I then decided to play Ash Blossom because, it's just the best hand trap. Droplet because it stops the combo and also stops guarding Chimera, stops established boards. It's probably the best card in the game in my opinion. And then Triple Tactic Talents. I know a lot of people ended up siding this card, but I didn't feel too bad main decking it because even the Gammas, because regardless of in the combo, I'm usually discarding like 1 to 2 cards from Jet Synchron and Foxy Tune. So if I don't get any use from it, it's fine because it's going to grave anyway. Yeah. And by that time in combo, I already have Regulus established, so it's not really, a big deal. That's why but this card did overperform all weekend. I feel like most people switched out to playing more hand traps in their decks, and yeah, this card put in a lot of work. I'm very glad I made decked it. And then, the best card, that's that one, Call by the Grave.
Yeah, it's pretty broken.
Soon to be banned, probably. And then for side deck, I expected to play a lot of Sword Soul. I did. I played 4 Sword Souls. Nib, Token Collector. Going first, you can just mill off a Chaos Ruler. If you draw it, you draw it. You can discard it. That's even better. The one Nucheria Rose Whip. I sided this in against Striker mostly, and then Despia. The card's really broken. I wouldn't be surprised if someone was able to make it work in the main deck. I don't really like it too much game ones because you could play it into pretty trash matchups, but you never know. From how the meta's evolving with that Mind Sky Striker deck, I'm pretty sure this card can find its spot in the main deck. Yep. Triple Twin. Again, you don't mind discarding cards in this deck for the Therions, so I felt this card just had more value over Cosmic.
Yep, makes sense.
Dark Ruler No More. I'm really glad I actually played this card. Because I played against the 2 Therion Punk decks, and this card just put in a lot of work. Even against Sword Soul was really good. It's just such a good card right now. And then Solemn Judgment. I decided not to go for D Barrier because it just didn't contribute to what I was trying to do with the deck, which is Calamity. So essentially, if I just drew the Judgment, and which I do have deck thinning and draw power, so most of the times I did see it, I would go for the play, and when they try to draw play, you just Solemn Judgment, and your combo resolves 100%.
Yeah.
For extra deck, Baron, Formula, Synchron, Hot Red, Calamity, Chaos Ruler. This is one of my favorite cards, Psychic and Punisher. This card is so good. Divine Arsenal, Zeus. I'm really glad I played this card because one thing I found with the deck was after I played through the negations, I didn't really have too much ways to clear huge established fields, right? So what I ended up doing is I would make the zombie vampire, and then I would mill and I would enter battle and attack. And then I would summon the Zeus and wipe the board, and then I would set up a Hot Red and a Regulus, or even just a Regulus pass, and it would usually just be GG after that. There's nothing they can do about it.
Nice.
I played Access Code, Needle Fiber, Unicorn. When you're going second, there's a line where if you do your standard combo, you could just summon out Needle Fiber to Jet Synchron, bring back Chaos Ruler, make Unicorn, then make Access Code. That's 5,300, and Regulus, even with nothing attached to it, that's 81. That's game. I played Dark, and I played the Punk Fusion, and I played Asa. I am most likely going to cut this card though for the level 11 Synchro Punk. This card just never came up. I actually regret playing it. I should have listened to you. This card is just terrible.
Yeah, no, I think that. Yeah, because I played this card as well, and it came in clutch for me in one of the side deck. It's one of the side event matches, but it wasn't as played as I thought. But I played so the difference between our extra deck is I didn't play Zeus. I played the Amazing Dragon and Asa. Zeus, I see the benefit of Zeus as well because you're playing Dark Ruler No More. So when you have Dark Ruler No More, and you can set the Zeus lineup more effectively. But I didn't play Dark Ruler No More. So, but I like the line with Zeus. I just figured with Asa, more people be playing Punk Therion than what I originally thought because of how good the deck is. But maybe what I was foolish with is maybe people would just not didn't know the deck enough to be comfortable playing with it, which means less we're going to play than what usually would be moving forward. So moving forward, more people will play this deck, which means Asa will be more beneficial in the extra deck.
But coming back to the Dark Ruler, this comes up so much. If you do Dark Ruler them, just going zombie vampire attack just ends their whole board. I played against I'm so glad I played Dark Ruler and Zeus because I played against some Shadal branded Dogmatica Invoke deck, and this guy's board was Mechaba, Ice Jade, Winda, Ecclesia with Knighted in hand. And I just Dark Ruler made Dark Ruler normal summon the Punk, he negated it, and then I just combo into vampire, attack, make Zeus, send the whole field, and just put up 2 negates fast. Like,
Nice.
it's so underrated how like strong this card can get with this deck.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yes, that's pretty much it for the deck.
List looks solid. Any final words? Anything else?
Yeah, I think this deck is really, really strong. I think it's really good, but
Mhm.
I don't think it's solved yet, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Hopefully, with more testing, it'll be solved soon in the future. But as of now, I don't think it is.
All right, Kassim. Well done on your top 32 finish at YCS Hartford. I'm sure this is not the last we'll see of you. All right.
No, for sure.
Peace.